everybody. It's me, Claire, and welcome back to the Red Chair Chat, where we celebrate all things good news right here at Synergy Services. I'm so glad you're here. This week, I am incredibly excited to have Tracie join us on the Red Chair Chat. Tracie's here to chat all things school-based integrated services, teach us a mindfulness trick, the Starfish breath, and of course, share some good news. Let's give her a warm welcome to the Red Chair Chat. Tracie, thank you so much for joining us today on the Red Chair Chat. How are you doing?
Great, thank you. I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, well, we're so excited to have you here today. Now, Tracie, as the School-Based Integrated Services Resiliency Specialist, which is, you have a title.
Yep.
So tell us a little bit more about what you do here at Synergy.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are now a team of 35 total that go out to schools all over the metro. And so typical day for me, typical pre-COVID would be I go into the schools and I would work with whole class, typically kindergarten through 5th grade, do lessons about learning about the brain, lessons about using calm down strategies when you get upset and kind of paying attention to how you feel and being mindful. So if I'm starting to get upset, then I use a strategy to kind of stay calm, and teaching kids as young as kindergarten about the really the limbic system, and amazing to see these tiny little people saying amygdala, and really great. But they do learn about that. They do learn what, things that happen that make them upset. And so we do those lessons for whole class, and then we do small groups. So kids that maybe have some extra needs, like they're having a hard time in class, or just learning those really calm down strategies so they can be successful in class.
Remarkable. Well, we see, of course, in being on the Red Chair Chat with us here today, we celebrate all things good news.
Yes.
Of course, you are here today with us to share that good news. Could you tell what's going on?
Yeah. I think I'll talk about one student I have in my mind in particular, because she has shown amazing growth, and this would be the 3rd year now working with her. When I started in her classroom as a kindergarten, she could not sit still on the carpet, very explosive behavior. If the teacher redirected, it would be like, we call it flip their lid, where their prefrontal cortex shuts down, amygdala takes over, fight or flight. And she really could not sit in class very long. So I would do classes with her whole class, again, kind of that model I mentioned. Then we would do some small group, and then we would take breaks. So I would come to her classroom a couple times through the day, and we would just walk and talk, and then we practice some of those calm down strategies. And of course, with partnering with these schools, the counselor there, the teacher, we really had a team approach. And then we were able to really reduce those severe behaviors. And then my favorite story about this student is about probably a year after working with her, there was another friend in the class that was kind of getting dysregulated, having a hard time. And she just kind of quietly said, you know what, you should take a deep breath. And that's something that we worked on. And so, that student then kind of walked away, and they worked together, and they used those calm down strategies. And I was actually teaching a whole class lesson at the time, and I was like watching, trying not to get distracted, but it was like, it was everything. Cause it was like, this is it, it's working.
That's certainly great news, and such a phenomenal example of the impact you're having in classrooms right here in Kansas City. To my understanding, she was teaching a Starfish breath, correct?
Starfish breath. Would you like to try Starfish breath?
I was going to say, I'm ready. I'm here today to try a Starfish breath.
So Starfish breath is you put up your hand, 5 fingers for the stars, and you're going to breathe in, and then you breathe out. And then we talk about kind of how you feel and how it tickles your finger. And so we teach kids that while you're doing that, you're calming your amygdala down and telling your body and your brain that you're going to be okay. It's going to be okay. And so we do a couple of those. That's probably my favorite. And all the kids that work with me always know, like, can we do Starfish? And then even my own kids, we try to do that, because it really does work to help calm down and get your mind off whatever you're worrying about. So.
Well, I certainly feel great after that Starfish breath, as well as after hearing all of this good news from you here today on the Red Chair Chat. Tracie, thank you so much for joining us.
All right, thank you, Claire. All right.
Wow, that was certainly some good news right from the School-Based Integrated Services team right here at Synergy Services. My friends, have a great weekend. Stay safe and healthy. Don't you forget, be kind. And if you're feeling like you might flip your lid this weekend, try Starfish breath. We'll see you next week with even more good news and even more special guests.